Class 8 students, so let us continue chapter number 4, energy. In my previous video, I told you about potential energy. Now what do you mean by potential energy? The energy possessed by a body due to state of rest or position is known as potential energy. Suppose this is a glass plate and a body, or this is a wooden block. It is lying above the glass plate. So it will not harm to the any, it will not give any harm to the glass plate. But if we pick up this wooden block and we take it to some height, so we are doing work against the force of gravity which is acting downward. This work gets stored in the body in the form of potential energy. Now, if we make this wooden block to fall down, it can break this glass plate. So, what has been done? This wooden block has gained potential energy while it is raised up. And that potential energy is used to do work on the glass plate. So, this type of potential energy is known as gravitational potential energy. And the gravitational potential energy is measured as the amount of work done in raising the body above a certain height from the ground. Now I will tell you how to obtain the expression for gravitational potential energy. Let a body of mass m kg be moved from the ground to a height h meters. Now the minimum upward force required to move the body will be the force of gravity on the body which is acting downward. Now if G is the force of gravity acting on a mass of 1 kg, then the force of gravity on the mass of m kg will be mg. So the force needed to pick up the body will be mg Newton. And by raising it to a height h, the distance moved is h meter. Now I told you the amount of work done is equals to F into T, force into distance moved by the body. Now F is mg and D is h. So the work done becomes mgh joule. This work done is stored in the body in the form of potential energy. So the potential energy which is expressed as P dot E dot or U equals to mgh. This is the expression for the gravitational potential energy. And the SI unit of potential energy is joule. And the factors on which the gravitational potential energy depends are, first factor is the mass of the body and the second factor is the height above the ground. So mgh, G is constant. So potential energy depends on mass and height of the body above the ground. Now, more the mass of the body, more will be the potential energy of the body. Like the potential energy of a bucket of water mass 20 kg will be double than the potential energy of a bucket of water of mass 10 kg, both at the same height. Here the potential energy is double of this because the mass is double. Similarly, the potential energy is directly proportional to the height above the ground. More the height above the ground, more the potential energy gained by the body. For example, the potential energy of a bucket of water of mass 10 kg at the second floor of the house of height 6 meters above the ground will be double than the potential energy of the same bucket of water of mass 10 kg at the first floor at the height 3 meters. Height is double, so potential energy is also double. Now the other form of mechanical energy is kinetic energy. It is represented by Ke or simple K. So the energy of a body which is in motion, that is called kinetic energy. Whenever a body is in motion, it is moving, it possesses kinetic energy. For example, a fast moving stone, it has the capacity of breaking a window pane when it strikes the pane. So a fast moving stone has kinetic energy. Similarly, a falling hammer, it strikes a nail fixed on a wooden block. So it has kinetic energy. a bullet fired from the gun, a rolling ball, an apple falling from a tree, blowing wind, flowing water, etc. These all have kinetic energy because they are in motion. Now, if a body is initially at rest, it is in the rest position and it is made to move, then work is done on the body. And the body in motion is said to possess kinetic energy, because I told you the relation between work and energy. The work done on the body is always stored in it in the form of kinetic energy. So the work done required to move the body is stored in it in the form of kinetic energy. Now the factors affecting the kinetic energy are the mass of the body and the speed of the body. More the mass, more will be the kinetic energy. For example, there is a body with mass 10 kilogram and another body with mass 5 kilogram. So the kinetic energy of the body of 10 kilogram will be double that of 5 kilogram. And the second factor is the speed of the body. Greater the speed, higher will be its kinetic energy. One body is moving with the speed of 2 meters per second. Another body is moving with the speed of 4 meters per second. So the kinetic energy of the second body will be more than the kinetic energy of the first body. Now the expression for kinetic energy, if a body of mass m is moving with the speed v, the kinetic energy is given as half mv square. Ke or k equals to half mv square. Joule, SI unit of kinetic energy is also joule. So this is the expression for kinetic energy. Now one very important topic, law of conservation of mechanical energy. I told you that mechanical energy is composed of potential energy and kinetic energy. And in a system, in the absence of friction, the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy always remains constant at any instant. The sum is always constant. Sometimes potential energy is more, sometimes kinetic energy is more. But the total energy will always remain the same at any instant. The potential energy changes into kinetic energy when it is put to use. Only the kinetic energy is put to use. See, if we raise a stone up to a height or lift a stone up to a height h, so it will gain potential energy. As the height is increasing above the ground, the stone will gain potential energy. At the maximum height, it will have maximum potential energy. But when it is dropped down, slowly the potential energy will change into kinetic energy. And when it will reach the ground, it will have maximum kinetic energy. At the topmost position, potential energy is maximum and kinetic energy is 0. At the bottommost, lowermost point, the potential energy is 0 and kinetic energy is maximum. Similarly, when you stretch a bow, because the shape is changing, the shape and size of the string is changing, so the energy is stored in it in the form of potential energy. And when you release the bow, that potential energy is changed into kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy does work on the arrow and makes the arrow to move. Thus it is the kinetic energies which is doing the work. Similarly, in my previous video, I told you about the compressed spring. When you compress a spring, it has potential energy stored in it. And if you keep a ball above it and you release it, the ball flies off because the potential energy is now changed into kinetic energy. Now, consider a ball which is placed at a height. At point A, it will have only potential energy. Now, when it is falling down, when it is released, so potential energy slowly starts changing into kinetic energy. At the middle point, it has both the energies, kinetic energy as well as potential energy. When it is falling further, it has only kinetic energy. So at the topmost point, potential energy maximum, and when it is coming down, slowly the potential energy is changing into kinetic energy. And at the ground, whole of the energy is converted into kinetic energy. Similarly, the production of hydroelectricity is done by collecting water in a dam at a height. So here the water has only potential energy, and when it is flowed down, the potential energy is changed into kinetic energy and it is used to turn the turbine. So here only potential energy and here only kinetic energy, and while it is falling, potential energy and kinetic energy, both the things. Similarly, one more example which will show the conservation of mechanical energy is the swinging of a pendulum. You know what is a pendulum? If you suspend a metal bob from a rigid support, this is called a simple pendulum. Now you take the pendulum to one position. You slightly move the bob of the pendulum. Suppose this is the initial mean position. This is also called the mean position A. It is taken to one side and then it is released. So when you release it, it will start oscillating. Oscillating means to and fro. It will go to position B, then it will come back again. Then on other side, it will move. Suppose this is the position C. So this is called the mean position, means initial position called mean, and this is called extreme position. This is also extreme position. And suppose this is the ground level and this is extreme position at a height h above the ground. So in the mean position, it has only kinetic energy. Now on moving to the other side, slowly kinetic energy is changing into potential energy because it is gaining height. And at the extreme position, only potential energy. Then it is coming back, potential energy slowly changing into kinetic energy. Then here at this point only kinetic energy. Again it starts moving, kinetic energy decreases, potential energy increases, and at the second extreme position again only potential energy. Kinetic becomes zero, it stops and again swings back. So this motion is a very good example of the law of conservation of mechanical energy. The total energy is always constant, but sometimes potential energy is more and sometimes kinetic energy is more. More the height from the ground, more will be the potential energy.